So get this. You wake up and it's a beautiful Sunday morning. The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, but you have the rest of the day to do with what you please. You have a life to live in front of you, but what can you do? Well, you could pull out those old fishing rods in the garage, maybe go fishing, or maybe if you're feeling really adventurous, you could go for a hike in the woods. Or if you just want to chill out for the day with the family, hey, get in the old station wagon and you could have a scenic picnic. But then there's a problem. Where can you do all this? Well, that's what I'm here to tell you. Hi, my name's Mallory Fink. I'm a senior this year at Blue Mountain High School. And I want to tell you today about one of Schuylkill County's hidden gems, Sweet Arrow Lake. Sweet Arrow Lake, as it exists today, is actually a remnant of a previous larger reservoir built as a water supply for the Union Canal Basin, situated downstream in the borough of Pine Grove. A feeder branch of the Union Canal was completed in 1830 between Pine Grove and Lebanon. The canal served as an important means of transporting coal and lumber from Schuylkill County to Reading, Philadelphia, and Harrisburg. Sweet Arrow's predecessor, known locally as Big Dam, was built across the upper Little Swatara Creek in 1850. In June 1862, Big Dam was destroyed by flood, along with two other dams that supported the canal. The branch canal was abandoned because the damage caused by the flood was too costly to repair. The main line of the Union Canal, between Reading and Harrisburg, continued to operate but faced increasing competition from local railroads. It ceased to operate and was sold at auction in 1886 to the Philadelphia and Reading Railroad. In 1923, East Penn Electric Company, realizing the need for increased water supply to their steam electric plant in the Pleasant Valley section of Pine Grove Township, reconstructed a dam on the site formerly occupied by the Union Canal Company Reservoir. The resulting body of water became known as Sweet Arrow Lake. East Penn Electric was later absorbed by PP&L, who continued to operate the electric plant until 1972. At this time, the lake was purchased by Pine Grove Borough, and it continued to be used for recreational activities such as fishing, boating, swimming, picnicking, and private social functions held at the clubhouse, built by PP&L on the southwest shore. Sweet Arrow Lake's survival was threatened when the Pennsylvania Department of Environmental Protection declared the dam unsafe. In order to restore and save this significant asset, Schuylkill County purchased the lake and the surrounding lands in 2001. In order to refurbish the dam, Schuylkill County secured a $650,000 Growing Greener grant that was matched by $650,000 of county municipal bond funding. Dam reconstruction was completed in 2003, and Sweet Arrow Lake and the surrounding grounds became our first Schuylkill County park.
The The master sites plan for Sweet Arrow Lake was actually, I guess, released in November of 2004. There was only one major hurdle. With the magnificent plans, there was no funding to do any of it. And that's what I consider today to be so incredible, because in less than 5 years, this magnificent park has become a reality, and it is all that I believe that it was envisioned to be back in 2004. Many, many dedicated, hardworking individuals and groups are responsible for the success here. The Friends of Schuylkill Parks and Recreation is only one of them. And in a way, we're kind of the new kid on the block, because many people were working furiously here to preserve this and to not lose it. And everyone is owed a great deal of thanks, as Mentora and Tony said. I'd like to have my board members come up with me for a moment. I'll introduce them. 2 of them are away today, Sylvia Kanish and James Donovan. However, joining me today is Mr. William Hanley of Congressman Tim Holden's office, Mr. George Weibel, retired school instructor, Mr. Earl Matz, and Mr. Craig Morgan has joined our board of directors. And we're going to take a moment and recognize some of our donors today, but before I do, I want to take a moment to recognize and thank Craig Morgan. I have worked with many people over the years in my career, but Craig proved to be a very professional, knowledgeable, dedicated, get-it-done leader that I could count on anytime I needed to do. And I wanted to just thank you for all of your help. There's nothing I think I spoke to you about that we didn't get done. And I think Schuylkill County is very lucky to have Craig. There's another gentleman whose name was mentioned here today by someone else, and he is another dedicated, committed person to Sweet Arrow Lake. He's been involved since the beginning, as Frank Stoudemire mentioned earlier. And he and both former State Representative Bob Allen are really responsible for my interest in Sweet Arrow Lake. He lives just across the lake from here on Waterfalls Road. He sits on his porch, and I don't think there's anything that goes on at Sweet Arrow Lake that Mr. Earl Matz doesn't know. Earl, and I kept it covered because I know how good you can be. I have a special award for you, Earl, from the Friends of Schuylkill Parks and Recreation, and I'll just read it, Earl. Sweet Arrow Lake Guardian Angel Award. It's presented to Earl Matz on today, June 30th, 09, by the Friends of Schuylkill Parks and Recreation. Earl, I'd like you to have this, and you'll be able to check the weather in your room.